Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we looked at L.A. Ongtupka, the last nation to look at from Dominions Enhanced, and we did not end that mod on a high note, it seems. We will see Dominions Enhanced again, of course, for the other vanilla nations we have to look at, but yeah, it was a bit of a struggle there. Let's roll up another one. We're back to 16:9 ratio because I'm recording another game and I don't want to switch back and forth all the time. 15 is going to be EA Tyrax. We already did that. 9, however, is going to be, what do you know, Midgard, Age of Men. LA Midgard. Right back into Dominions Enhanced. Let's have a little redemption arc, shall we? Midgard. Found it. Once Midgard was called Vanheim, home of the Vanir, but since the coming of man, the Vanir have dwindled in number. At first, the Vanir were the undisputed rulers of the land, but the growing human population has taken over the land and renamed it Midgard. Only a few Vanir survive, but their magic has not yet departed the land. The Vanir are sacred to the human population, and the few surviving Van Jarls carry great influence. The humans of Midgard in themselves have become altered by the ancient magic of the Vanir, and skin shifters are more common than they once were. So we're ocean sailing, trace income across oceans, useless, but illusions, glamour, we prefer cold scale +1, not good for this map. We have heavy infantry, skin shifters, berserkers, and Vanir. We get air, astral, blood, earth, death, and some glamour. Average priests, we can do blood sacrifice, so we probably should. Cold limit +1 standard forts. Standard scout. Purse with 75 leadership. Yep. Jarl with 100 leadership. Sacred regen 10%. Can shape change into a werewolf. Good. Goad. 1 holy. Volva. 2 astral. Spirit sight. Fortune teller 10. You just go all in on astral magic. Can't go wrong. Galderman. 2 air. Air, earth, death, glamour. Earth, death, glamour, blood. 10% for air, earth, death, glamour, blood. I feel like I cranked up the saturation a bit too high. It's a little harsh on the eyes, I think. Right. So, they do have the potential for 3 air, 2 earth, 2 death, 2 glamour, fairly regularly. Anything beyond that's going to be really rare. But they are averaging 13 research for 265, which is not bad. They also have regen, shape change, and they're spell singers. So there's a lot of good potential here. One of the things that we can do, although I think it might be glamour air. Yeah, 2 glamour, 1 air is cloud of dreamless slumber. It's also, of course, Wailing Winds. So there's not much that is air glamour. Lightning strikes twice, which we've looked at before. On paper, it seems really good. It's got big range, 75 cast time. You get 2 effects, so 2 people, with perfect precision. And it does 14 +1 armor negating shock damage, MR negates. And it gives bad luck, which is the fate weaving effect, which is really nice. The only problem with this is it does not scale at all as far as the number of effects, and there's no bigger version of it. But if we have quantity of mages, I think this is really pretty nasty. Is it worse than just spamming Thunderstrike? Well, it's perfect accuracy. So, yeah, you know, I mean, I guess it's basically, yeah, I mean, it's lightning bolt, but it's 2 targets instead of 1, and gives bad luck. But it doesn't have the small shock thing. I think overall it's pretty good. Not that we'll all be able to cast that with these guys. So the other cross paths are Earth and Death. Let's just make Iron Flies, which is pretty nice. Oh, we do get Ride of the Valkyries, which summon Valkyries. You have various rituals, but basically no. So, but they'll all have 2 air, so, you know, I think there's a lot of potential there. But there might be something better. Van Hurst, cap only, 75 leadership, 1 air, 1 glamour, 1 holy. No randoms. They're glamored, 210 gold. They're definitely a cheaper option, but they're not as cheap as Volvas. They don't have a gold star for leadership. They are priests, though, and Volvas are not. And then lastly, Van Jarl, cap only. 400 gold, 2 recruitment points, very pricey to sustain it. 100 leadership, 2 air, 1 glamour, 1 blood, 2 holy, and they're glamored. They're very nice little light thugs, considering they have mist form, and I think, well, mist form glamour is pretty good. I don't know if it adds any self buff with glamour air. Shimmering cloak, but that's mirror image, so no. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we'll make many of them. They don't really fill a gap that I need. The only thing they're kind of going to be used for is going to be blood sacrifice, because they're my only level 2. So we'll make at least 1 in the capital for sure to blood sacrifice there. Maybe some others depending on blood income, but we don't have any default incomes, so it's usually iffy. Archer. Short bow, range 35, 12 precision, 12 piercing. Yikes. Huskarls get 10 protection, 11 defense with a shield. Standard stuff, standard axe, standard javelin, nothing exciting there. This one trades the axe for a spear and 12 defense. Herdman gets bumped up to 15 protection, 12 defense with shield, 11 morale, 11 attack on the spear for 13, but gets no javelin. This Herdman, 15 protection, 13 defense with the shield, 12 attack on the broadsword for 16 slashing. Again, pretty bog standard sort of medium infantry. Skin Shifters. 13 hit points, 7 protection, 11 defense, 10 MR, 12 morale, regen 10%, and 4 survival. They have a length 2 greatsword, 11 attack for 24 slashing damage. But of course, the big thing is that they have a second shape into a werewolf. And they keep their regen there. I don't know exactly what their health is in that form. Hold on. 20 with 6 protection. They do get bumped up to 3 attacks. 13, 13, 13 for 16, 14, 14 damage. So they're much more slaughtery against lower protection stuff. But you're still not... Yeah, I mean, once you get Army of Mist, these guys are god tier. As far as a recruitable infantry. But until then, it's... Yeah, I mean, they're usable. You'll lose some. They'll get quite a few kills. But they are pretty low on resources. But everything else is pretty high on resources, so I don't know. Einherr. 12 hit points, 15 protection, 9 defense, 10 MR, 13 morale. They have Berserker plus 5, which is pretty obscene. Very, very few recruitable infantry will have that kind of number. Which will bump their numbers up to 16 attack, 23 damage, and 15 attack, 25 damage. Their protection will go up to... Oh, I have the chart here. Hold on. 5 and 15 is going to be about 18 protection. But they have to take a hit first, unless you throw on a spell. There was a spell. Weren't we just looking at something that kind of did that? Is that air or glamour or... Could have sworn we were just looking at one. Maybe not. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I know that there is obviously spell like Growing Fury, but that's for nature, which we are not really going to have access to at all, so hard to say. But so normally they have to take a hit, but with 15 protection, you know, it shouldn't be too atrocious most of the time. They'll have 4 defense at that point, but... yeah. So, against spears, they could poke themselves to death pretty quickly after taking a hit. But, yeah, their killing potential is hard to argue with. And then lastly, the Van, cap only sacred. Cavalry. 13 hit points, 12 protection, and 19 defense with a parry 4 shield, 14 MR, 12 morale, 30 speed, stealth 65, glamour, with a light lance, sad, 12 attack, 14 piercing, and javelin. The horse, 22 hit points, 12 protection, 20 defense, 12 MR, 17 morale, poison 10, glamour, true sight, with a 12 attack, 14 damage hoof. I would say you really would like to have a weapon bless here, or just like, I don't know, blood surge and +3 strength or something. Blood surge is pretty much mandatory here as far as I can tell. You can also get Valkyries, which are flying sacrets with glamour, which are pretty darn nice. Anything you're probably going to put on the van is just as good here, I would say. So that's handy. Great Bears, Draugs, which are really nice. Heavy infantry undead with Fear Aura. So on and so forth. So on and so forth. Okay. So, let's take a look here. We can get Dire Bears. Whoops, we're looking just at nature. So Draugs, we can get 4 for 8 death gems. Again, if we can get a pretender with large amounts of death gems, could go that route, but it doesn't scale, and 4 is not very many. Valkyrie combat spell. You get 7 for 1 air gem in combat. Requires 3 air, 1 death. It's a nice thought. I suppose. It's not bad. If you have, you know, a few mages, summon that turn 1. And then round 2, your prophet or something blesses them. Or 3 air, 1 death. Okay, who can even do that? I guess these guys. Yeah, they have to get air on 1 roll, so 1 in 4, and then death on the second roll, 1 in 4. It's pretty unlikely. boosters make that easier, so you have very good odds of getting 1 death at least. So maybe a pretender that has the capability of air boosters, but they're really pricey to just hand out for something like that. So I'm a little iffy on that purpose. I wouldn't count this as a reliable strategy. Brunhilde, 50 death gems. You get Brunhilde and 20 Valkyries for 50 death gems. But that's at Conjuration 7. I assume she's pretty good. She's got 250 undead leadership, 2 fire, 1 air, 2 death, 2 glamour. Fear 5, fire 15, cold 15, poison 25, undead, heat 8, ethereal, flying, glamour, fire shield 10, spirit sight. With full gear slots and 22 base hit points. It's pretty good. With some sort of death gem, you could upcast Soul Vortex. Actually, with the Ghost Orb, yeah, you could upcast Soul Vortex and Invulnerability. And then you could also get Shroud of Bewilderment, Shroud of Splendor. Actually, Shroud of Splendor. Yeah, it's a nice thug for sure. Alteration. Nothing. Evocation. Nothing. Construction. Probably not much. We get a discount on the Cauldron of the Elven Halls. Useless to me. Basically, we get the Brunhilde's Horn. Gives you Ride of the Valkyrie as a spell. So it's a so it's Cloud Trapeze, but it also gives you some Valkyrie. Interesting. Horn of Valhalla gives a retinue of 1d6 Valkyrie and gives you flying. Dang, I mean, if we had that on every one of our mages, 10 mages in battle, 10d6, that's averaging out to 35. Yeah, that averages out to 35 free Valkyries every battle. That's pretty nice. That's a construction 7, requires 10 glamour, 10 air. A little pricey. Enchantment, we get Galder of Madness. Range 10, AoE 15, doesn't affect friendly, difficult to negate. Can only be cast by spell singers. Confusion check 50% every turn. Unless I stack Farcaster, which I'm not inclined to. Little rough. Galder against arrows, however. No range, so it's point blank. AoE 25, air shield 80. And requires only 2 air, so all of our Galdermen can cast this. And yeah, that's going to be pretty phenomenal. Very good, very good. Return from Hell calls back a great hero from Hell itself. Ride of the Valkyries, that's that other one we looked at. Galder against Blades. Ho ho ho. AoE 50 for 1 Earth Gem gives Slash and Pierce resist. Damn. That is very significant. Okay, that makes the skin shifters far more viable. Yeah, the Earth Gem, that's kind of annoying. Chassis of the Mountain is kind of the easiest thing to get, but Blood might be the way to go. Hidden in Barrows gives us 25 plus 2 Draugs and a Draugadro and Draughurst for 60 death gems. That is not cheap, but that is... Yeah, if we went like Death 7, you're talking, let's see, 33 Draugs, plus 2 commanders for 60 death gems. We'd have to get some very big death income. Visit Yggdrasil. Will cure any afflictions. 15 nature gems, 3 nature. Blood, we have Gift of the Einhair. 1 blood, 1 holy, AoE 25 for 1 blood slave. Grants Berserk and plus 4 strength. Yeah, that's very big on the Einhair, who desperately want to be Berserk ASAP. Annoying with the 1 blood slave, though. Getting 1 temp blood slave's pretty easy. Of course. Scarlet Loop is really easy to get. But you have to have regen, otherwise you'll probably just die. Which means you either need to have someone cast regen on you, you have to carry a regen item, or most commonly, you have enchanted blood or regen on your bless. Damn, I'm sort of all over the place here. There's like multiple avenues to victory. I don't know. Like, we could go for blood. You know, the Fountain of Blood will get pretty insane amount of blood, but I don't really have many uses for it. Not really. We could go for massive amounts of death gems. Or try to get a lot of death gems. So if Mother Oak is cast, the owner loses 2d6 nature gems each month, and Linorm gains 2d6 death gems. But that doesn't really help us, because we would really be the only one to ever cast it. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, we can definitely get plenty of free spawn on dead if we want to go that route, but I was mostly interested in death gems. But obviously that's a very desired kind of thing. You're not going to have that all over the place. Let's assume the death strat is sort of off the table. Well, we've done this guy before. It makes all our priests blind, but they get +1 air, +1 earth, +1 death magic. Now the problem is the Galdermen are not priests. So really, it would only affect these guys, making them blind and giving them +1 air. And then the Van Jarls to get +1 air. So, not really viable for this nation. Curious that it offers that as an option. Father Winters is always a very strong option, specifically because you get Winter Wolf PD, which is just nuts. It's only where we have unforted temples, but still, considering we have cold scales, it would be nice to just not have to worry about the other provinces because we have Winterwolf PD. It also gives us a free 10 cold resist, 10 fire resist on our blessing, which is essentially 10, no. It's essentially 8 bless points for free, which is pretty nice on a Titan. He's also a fairly capable Titan in his own right. New paths cost 40, starts with 4 water. It's a very strong choice. If we pick a Sinja, we can just recruit Valkyries at any fort, which is kind of strong. But that's basically all she has going for her. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Bear is also always very strong, for +4 hit points and +2 strength for free, which is 6 free bless points. He doesn't have much else going for him outside of that effect, but as a monster, he's monstrous. 178 base hit points, 18 natural protection, 18 MR, 30 morale. He's got Earth Nature to start, which is the best. Fear 5, Cold 5, Berserk +7, which is obscene. Just to explain then, that means with Earth 3, he'll have 21 natural protection, always, and then as soon as he takes any amount of damage, that shoots up to 28 protection, and that's before he casts any buffs. He is quite strong. And disease resist 100, affliction resistance 5 is very nice, so he doesn't have to crawl back to the capital or something to get healed. If we just want a monster option, it's really good. I mean, I know the Earth Serpent can just solo the game for us, but it is tempting. I'm sure we were looking at spells, though, and I was like, oh yeah, we should get that, and we should get that. Like, I think I said making the... I think we'd have to give him blood, which is not very useful to him. And it's pretty pricey. I don't think we can go awake with him. But we'd be basically looking at that. As far as scales go, I think we could slide with productivity 0. But I'd hate to not take order 1. Maybe growth 1. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Doesn't give us much. We do get, like I said, the free +4 hit points, +2 strength. But Blood Surge is pretty much mandatory. And then if we wanted to do the blood thing to auto Berserk, well, no, that's not really a strat. Well, it is kind of a strat. Only the Van Jarls can really cast that spell. And we could just give them a Ring of Regen. Yeah, so I don't think we really need Enchanted Blood, and I don't think it's a very strong option for our Bless anyways. I think Berserker might be the best bet. Berserker is essentially like a mini Blood Surge. You know, it gives you +2 to attack and strength. It does lower their defense slightly, but that's already pretty obscene, and they're glamored. So, yeah, I'm thinking that. Yeah, I'm thinking that. We probably would have liked maybe some more defensive stuff like bark skin or like hard skin or like Stygian flesh. But I could probably swing bark skin, I guess. If we take Misfortune 1, yeah, we can do that. And then also get another hit point or low light vision. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Artois. 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 Arteus. Artio. I don't know how this is pronounced. I'm seeing a lot of different words. Artois. It sounds so French. Oh, here you go. The Wicca, the subreddit. Artio. Okay. I mean, even this isn't clear. No one knows how this is fucking pronounced. Some says art show. Arshow. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The bear. We'll call him the bear. Alright. Let's get going. It's still probably oversaturated, isn't it? You know, I keep trying to tweak this, and then I go into game, and I go out of game, and it's just... I don't know, it's tough. Right, so our units. Well, okay, so the Herdman is kind of like a standard medium infantry. They will die, they'll get some kills, life will go on. I will never be really impressed, I think, by their performance. The Skin Shifters, I think, are just too volatile until I get some buffs online, including the air shield thing like that, especially for expansion purposes, right? The Einhairs are pretty similar. They'll do a little bit better, but the expansion, you know, independence here, there's a lot of crossbows, and they're not going to fare too well against that. You know, say 12 armor piercing, they're going to be taking like 5 or 6 damage on average. So these guys are going to get shredded before they even get into the fight. Vans are probably our best option, but they are pricey, 60 gold each. I'm not going to be able to get too many of them. For mages, we're just going with Galdermans. So, I mean, we could get 4 Vans a turn, and they'll probably do pretty nicely for myself. For research, we're going to prepare for the bear. Oh, we also start with a bunch of Great Bears, which Bark Skin was basically useless, but Blood Surge they'll appreciate. They are on Discipline, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them. Also, annoyingly, only handle 2 squads. Alright, we lost a bear, but they did a good amount of work there. Can't be too upset. 5 bears. 1 sacred. We're up against Iram. Okay. Iram has these guys, which are similar to my Einher's. Very similar. With Berserk +3. And he's got these, which are essentially just heavy cav. Yeah. They're basically just heavy cav. The Leogryph is a pretty nasty mount, but it's heavy cav. Beyond that, he does have archers with composite bows. No crossbows, though, which is good. And yeah, he's got various dudes, medium infantry, these guys that hit very hard but have no protection. Yeah, stuff like that. Honestly, archers probably do have a place here. Looking over his roster again. He's got his own archers with 11 protection. He's got spearmen with 11 and shields. Spearmen, or militia with 5. The Mubarazuns that have 13 protection and shields. These guys have nothing. These guys have 8. And then his sacreds have 8. So he's got a lot of kind of mid to low protection stuff. I think archers might be the plan. Bears got absolutely shredded there. Everything got shredded except for the vans. And we lost our prophet already. Always a good start. And he's already at the border. It's not good. It's actually really terrible. Why did I do that? Archers are gonna get butchered by the cav. Oh no, they were out of pretenders, okay. Or out of commanders. How did that happen exactly? Yeah, so the problem with these guys is they cost 265 and they're not sacred. So it's a bit of an annoying thing to mass produce. The Vanhursts are better in that sense, but they're worse researchers and worse mages. But considering that I'm having a bear, I think it might be worth it to have a dozen of these guys or so. Alright, our god has arrived. shouldn't have too much trouble. Personal regen. You can also get boar skin, which is nice. You can do personal iron skin. And gift of the hair, I suppose. .33 protection after Berserk. Yeah, that's pretty high, man. It's pretty darn high. Build temple. Build temple. Kill. Kill. Alright, after that, probably thaumaturgy, so I can start site searching for shit. I wanted to adjust his spells. Temper flesh. Personal iron skin. Messengers arrived from Aram. What would he have to say to me? Leave that to the bear. He'll take care of it. Okay, well, he's declared war, so I'm willing to fuck up his shit. Oh, you would have taken this no problem, but there's a giant bear there for some reason. Wild. Great. Took fucking Pulmania from me. That's some real shit. Well, I didn't have a temple there, so I'm not crushed. But it's annoying. Yeah, see, I mean, this map's now just blown out. Okay. Well, we can definitely get the bear in the water, no problem. So we should do that. He might be able to actually craft something. Like, there's something with algae that he can just do. Okay. So then we'll be able to spam lightning strikes twice, which is pretty nice. I think we should think about globals. Getting Mother Oak up would be nice. Because that gem income, I mean, we'll find some use for it. Dire Bears or something. So I think Alteration 5. Maybe Construction 3. And then we want to think about that Galder against arrows. Actually, get that next. And then that. Enchant Algae, which gives himself Gift of Water Breathing 50. Yes, yes, yes. Real easy way to do it. Looks like he has heat scales, which helps me quite a bit. Foreskin. Now, usually it doesn't stack, or the stacking is really funky and it's hard to say, but we want to give it a try because it's +5 natural protection. Yeah, I didn't cast it. We're actually at 26 here for some reason. Oh, he hasn't gone berserk yet. There you go. Well, you could cast Bewitching Lights. Pretty much. Personal luck. Bewitching Lights. Spam. And then I'm going to take... yeah, anyone with 2 air, 1 glamour is what we're looking for. And that's not much. He's 3. Let's get some more Galderman. Feeling optimistic. Yeah, let's get a little bit of PD everywhere. A little PD never hurt no one. Okay. Alright, so you will cast on yourself. No, not on yourself. I could just have him cast Mist Form a few times on the Sacreds, which is not a bad idea. We wanted to go a little bigger. Oh yeah, Galdrigan's here. That's right. That's what we're casting. Why was I even contemplating? Okay. Good, good, good. Yeah, it's going real well. He hasn't really attacked yet, which concerns me. He also has griffins, which concerns me. Mechanical Militia is probably what we want to go for next. Just solves basically every problem you have with this sort of setup. I'm gonna hit him here. I'm confident. I'm pretty confident, man. Yeah, we get Riches from Beneath and Mechanical Militia, and we will be pretty darn happy. Picked up a limp. Pretty annoying. He does have air elementals. Okay, we won't attack him again until I have a Ring of Shock resistance. He's rolling with Zephyrs and Storm Drakes. Okay. Except he's probably gonna pounce on me and now I die. So that's not good. Try to cast Resist Lightning if you can. Why am I watching this? Bison. Yeah. This is a problem. Oh no, I left. Okay, good. I was really worried there. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for him to hit. We will Auspex there, and I don't think we have any Conjuration, so can't get Glamour or Death, and we didn't get anything with 2 Earth, and I'm not even sure if it's... Oh, it is definitely possible, so I don't know. Keep hoping. Our upkeep's pretty good. Our income is crazy good for some reason. Not sure how that happened. He keeps wanting to hit Bind off, so I'm going to secure that a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's growth. Just rarely take growth. I have a heal unit 15 there in Mirror. Not super beneficial, but it's there. Ah, battle in Epernia. Well, we fended him off, but let's see how bad it was. Or how good it was. Well, he sent in 566 and he lost 482. That's not great numbers for him. I had 220 and I lost 44. So it's about a 1/5. Not great. 21 Sacreds died. They did get 348 kills, which is phenomenal. The 6 Mages got 26 kills, which is fine. I'm not saying Lightning Strikes Twice is the best spell or anything, but it also has that nice debuff. Curse Luck. Bad Luck, whatever. But Mechanical Militia is going to solve many of our problems. Yeah. Go ahead and beef that up a bit. Okay. He cast Gate of Horn and Ivory. Okay. Doesn't worry me too much. Alright, so we have Construction 6 this turn. That's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. That's Mechanical Militia. We may as well go for Enchantment 6. That gives us Galder against Blades, which is frickin' phenomenal. And Riches from Beneath. So I want that stuff. After that, then, of course, Army of Mist or Fog Warriors, one of the two, is the biggest thing. I'm gonna have you just go here real quick to cast Mechanical Militia. We were a little turn too late there. It's alright, we should be able to do fine. Yeah, he does use Fire Drakes, and we have susceptibility to fire, so I'm not ecstatic. Yeah, we lost 28 more Vans. 69 kills from the Ice Drakes, 3 of them, 37 from the 2 Fire Drakes. And these are not magical creatures, and I don't know how to really target them specifically with anything, so it's just tough. but it's fine. Oh, you only have 4 earth. Okay, but you can make the bloodstone, right? I need 1 more blood slave. Okay, the bear's going hunting. Shit, he attacked again. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Nice. We should have... I mean, we got good growth and everything, so we should have someone just go blood hunting. Yeah, get the sanguine dowsing rod and just get out there. We also should get someone in the water to do that. So just forge an amulet of breathing. Okay, okay, it's not too bad. Alright, good, good. You're going here. You, my friend, are gonna not that. You don't deserve that. Then you get this. You're gonna go to even more. And we're gonna build a mounted commander here. And those. You get your bloodstone. You will cast mechanical militia. We lost a mage, but we didn't lose any sacreds. And now every place is much, much more secure. Yeah, I mean, the Forge of the Ancients, pretty nuts. All magic items have gem cost reduced by 20%, and all mages craft items as if they had Mastersmith 1. We actually could make some air boosters then. I can cast Mother Oak. I'd have to convert a bunch of air to nature, but gem income is gem income. Great. We're gonna have to try to get rid of that. Well, dispelling is not going to be easy. Not at all. 3 astral, 25 pearls at least. I think we're just gonna have to kind of live with that shit for a while. What's the one that's, yeah, Land of the Ever Young. 5 glamour, 1 nature. That's tricky. Okay. Get back to site searching for now. We have 9 air gems a turn. Not that I could spam iron flies, but I could get a decent amount of iron flies. Yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, what's my my winning strategy here? How do I win? Theoretically, I suppose. Well, yeah, I mean, Army of Mist and / Pierce Resist. It's pretty much enough to beat anything he's got. Ideally. Okay. Yeah, I mean, once we get temples everywhere, he's not really rushing into the water anytime soon, so yeah, it seems pretty good. Yeah, we got enchantment 6. We'll get there. Oh shit, he had fucking Wild Hunt as well. Wild Hunt and Wrath of God. Okay, that's pretty bad. I also went minimal on my gems. My shit's gonna get overwritten real fast. Shit. Also, what's his bless? Attack +1, solar weapons, defense +1, strength +1, combat speed +30%, weightlessness, and undreaming. I see. That's certainly a mix. I think if I don't dispel it... Wild Hunt is pretty bad. Although, if it only hits forests, it might not actually be that impactful. It'll pop up once in a while, but it's not that bad. Okay. Just let it sit for now. I'm not doing great on blood, but I'm gonna get a Van Jarl here just to blood sacrifice. And I think we want to get a blood Jarl in the other spot to blood sacrifice. We are losing units to that Wrath of God, but just a little tricky. Blood sacrifice. We'll get one more. Nah, 2 more. I don't know if I can sustain that. We might need to blood hunt somewhere else. No, I can't go to Durshid. I'll just die, so... 1 more. Yeah, I might need a second Blood Hunter, but we can sustain that. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of extra temple checks compared to him. But he's clearly got some nasty shit up his sleeves. So we'll see. Dominion-wise, we are beating him decently. And that'll only continue now. Okay, good. Yeah, he's just not doing well. Ironfly is just so good. So good. Alright, good. I think we can cool it on this shit for now. Yeah, he's obviously not doing too well. Okay. Few extra priests there. Good. 24 temple checks total. Our god has 3? Is that right? And then this doesn't count blood sacrificing, so it's more than that. It's an extra 6. Dispelled something. Probably mechanical militia, if I had to guess. No, it was not. It was my other one, Mother Oak. And he casts Celestial Rainbow. Gives him 500 gold a month, like he needs it. Luck scale +2 and dome protection. It's a really shitty thing. But yes, obviously we have issues. Matter of, do I need to do anything, or am I going to Dom kill him now? blood sacrificing and the water temples once I break through into Wick. Gonna be good, baby. Wrath of God doesn't do too much in your own dominion when it's pretty strong. So, yeah, this is working out. Provinces containing researching mages have a 10% time dominion chance to gain magic scale. 1% time dominion chance friendly air mages may gain 1 air. 15% time dominion to reduce unrest by 15 per month. Sylphs appear hidden in enemy provinces under your dominion. Well. Does require 6 air though, which is tricky. I have a lot of 3s. And if I got to 4, if I'm yeah, why wouldn't I? Because then we can get the Winged Helm to go to 5, and then we can get the Horn of Storms to go to 6. It's a lot of air gems, just for that effect. But I have a lot of air gems. So I'm going to empower him in air, pricey as it is. He's also old, which scares me. Old people scare me. Gateward Valley. Kills undead and gets you Centaur Charioteers. He cast another one, Thief of Fortune, and he overwrote one of his own enchantments. Oh, he overwrote the one thing that was actually doing something to me, Wrath of God. Okay. Now we're going to put this on, and now we can cast Whispering Winds. I guess we'll put 100 into it. Lord only knows what he puts into his shit. If I overwrite Mechanical Militia, it's pretty shitty. Okay, we didn't. We're under siege there. It's got a lot of mechanical shit. Yeah, because they crossed the river. Damn. Do I think the bear can handle that? Maybe. If he dies, we lose Mechanical Militia for a bit. Big that I could cast that would help. Elemental form. Right. Well, we have Alteration 8. That's good. We also have access now to Wailing Winds. Pretty readily, right? This guy has 2 air, 3 glamour. What a fucking champ. So we're gonna need construction 7 after that, and that's assuming he survives that long, but we can get it. We can get it. Somehow, some combination, we can get it. Right, Army of Mist. I mean, this guy is the best candidate. He can cast it. It is air 6 to do. So he's kind of the only one. He needs 3 air gems, but there is that one... We can't make it, can we? Well, that's construction 7, the Cloak of Astral Storms. You'd have to be empowered in Astral. Yeah, beyond that, it's trickier. There's the classic 2, though. So he can make... Well, yeah, so he doesn't have to upcast. It is a little risky to put him in battle because he was empowered. Oh no, he can't do that. He'd have to ditch the Horn of Storms. And then he'd have to upcast. Shit, man. They really made Army of Mist tricky to cast. I think I'll have to empower an Astral. Or I give him Tempest and he casts Storm Power first. At construction 7. Okay. It sure seems like we died. Because without being able to fear them, he just doesn't have clear. I mean, he does have 33 protection, but they poisoned him and should have set him on cast spells. But mostly just fatigued out. Well, he is attacking stuff. But yeah, once enchantments go down... Yeah, he died. We lost Mechanical Militia. Shouldn't take too long, but I'll have to make the Earth thing again. Well, I suppose we're gonna go rescue this situation. Yeah, okay. He had a lot there. It's pretty good. And now that our cold scales are spreading, that's more likely to be crossable all the time, so that's going to happen again. The more concerted effort. Alright, we got construction 7. Oh, this is construction 9. Oh, shit. Well, that doesn't give me many options. I think we have to empower him in Astral. It's the only way this is going to work. It's a lot of investment on one guy. Too much investment in one guy, really. Glamour 2, Air 2. We can make, yeah, you can make this. And you can make this. really destroy my air collection. Alright, empower in astral. We have a lot of earth gems. Okay, our bear's back. That's good. It's gonna have to make another bloodstone. Okay. I have a lot of money. I am worried about that. Okay. We are going to have everyone here patrolling is going to wear one of these for free Valkyries. He got fucking diseased. You motherfucker! Okay. I can make something with nature, though. So, first things first, get Mechanical Militia up. Put a stupid amount of gems into it. You go here. We'll get you something. Look at that, Mechanical Militia, right in the nick of time. We would not have won that otherwise. Got siege golems and everything. We would have popped that open like anything that gets popped open really easily. Okay. A disease cure. Well, there's disease healing 5. Requires nature level 5. So I can't get a thistle mace, and there's no miscellaneous item that gives nature outside of maybe 9. I'm sure it exists. Yeah, Tome of Gaia is exactly what I would want. But for now, you're going to just empower yourself in nature, because we got to save this guy's life. Desperately. You're going to go on patrol, and we're going to give you some van guards. And you are just going to cast Army of Mist. He has an Ep Smith 1. Well, we could cast that Forge of the Ancients. There you go. Should have done that before I blew all my gems on these horns. Oh well. What's done is done. Oh, he failed to cast it. Yeah. Fuck. Well, that was a lot of earth gems for nothing. Okay, so then he has to empower himself in nature again to save this guy's life. Soon, please. And that's assuming that we get him with Disease Healer. I think we'll move him to like here. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, we're in good shape at this point. All right, I'm gonna give you disease healer. You're gonna go here. You're gonna meet him here. You're gonna make out bear to man and heal his fucking disease. Boom, done. Good. How is our Dominion doing? Well, could be better, admittedly. Okay. Marble Army is probably doable at this point. We have Bloodstones, and we have 2 Earth. So, really, if you just make Earth Boots... and we hand off your Bloodstone to another gentleman, and he gets this. He's got 4 Earth. He can summon up to 8. Yeah, Earth power up to 8. 5. I'm saying words, so he just needs the 3 gems. He already has 1 with this, so he just needs Chassis of the Mountain or the Helm. And you may as well make the frickin' Helm. Okay. Well, there isn't much that I would want the bear to do at this point, other than just survive so we don't lose Mechanical Militia. He could cast Gift of Health, but I would need a lot of nature gems. But I'm not doing anything with water gems. I'm not really doing much with fire gems, that's for sure. So I'll put everything I have into Gift of Health. And if that fails, then, well, fuck him, I guess. It failed. Yeah, the AI just puts an absurd amount of gems into everything because he has an absurd amount of gems. May as well give that to someone that's going to use it. Okay, so we have mechanical... well, yes, we have an absurd amount of money. We have Mechanical Militia, we have Army of Mist, and we have Marble Army. At this point, I think anyone... Oh, we could get Wailing Winds as well. Yes, okay, I do want that. That guy that had 3 glamour or whatever. Oh, yeah, here he is. Okay, so he just needs the Veil, and he needs the Chromatic. So he's going to make the Chromatic Barrier. He also needs the Veil, which I think is 3 as well. Yeah, so he'll have to make a few things, but he'll get there. Gems, of course. Between those 3 things, I mean, we're cooking. We're eating well. So it's 4 glamour, 2 gems. He needs a 3rd gem, which is the Dream Spool. Yep. Yeah, so that's 5 gems. That's easy enough. Okay, then we're good. You're here. You're gonna get some guards as well, and you're gonna cast Summon Earth Power, Marble Army. Done. Simple stuff. Yeah, he never went in the water. Usually the AI will always find a way to get in the water. Not in this case. Okay. Yeah, I mean you're fine. I'm sure there's some glamour thing you could have made, but yeah. Okay, good. And regen. Now, funnily enough, the bear could have just cast Marble Army himself. We didn't have to go through that much trouble. But the bear's kind of limited with items and temp gems and things like that. So it's a little annoying. Oh, it's 4 glamour gems. Ooh. Yes, usually you would have a dream spool. That's not an option. That's a good point you bring up. Shit. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, so that's not good. I'd have to empower him in glamour like twice. That's not happening. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to carry glamour gems for now until I think of something else. Or go to construction 9, which is probably what I'll end up doing. I know, I can just do Alt G. And there you go, he gets glamour gems. The bear could cast some big nature stuff. Such as Army of Giants. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. Or if we went to Enchantment 8, we could get Army Regen, which is also pretty good. But Army of Giants requires 3 nature gems, right? That's a little tricky because you'd want to get... Well, no, he could just carry a Cornucopia and the... Oh, the same problem. We need the fairy in a bottle. Yeah. This thing requires Glamour 1 to make. So all signs are pointing to him empowering in Glamour. Basically dumping all our air gems for a while into Glamour. I don't think it's necessary, though. I feel like this army's pretty crazy. I don't know if we're going to Dom kill him, but maybe eventually if we get enough luck. He never built a fort in Nace, though, which is shocking. But I think this is one of those situations where even if we take, like, 3 provinces or something, can we get some sort of heal? There is a healing item, but... Or I thought there was. Well, this slows down aging 80% and gives you extra life, but it requires 2 fire. This, the Chalice, gives healing 5. But requires Astral 3. That's going to be tricky. Fuck. Well, it's not good. We got some beat up people here. None of the ones that are major important are doing poorly, but they might very soon. Okay. Well, we're gonna sit here until he launches this massive doom stack at us. Let's build up more gems. This might be the massive doom stack. Let's watch, shall we? All the fruits of our labor. There's Army of Mist. There's Wailing Winds. And, Marble Army. There's Marble Army. 19 protection on the vans. 20 protection on the horses. The Huskarls here have 18 protection. Even the archers are rocking 16 protection. The Thing of Beauty. And Army of Mist, which can't go wrong. And Wailing Winds for the extra little Chef's Kiss. You lost 529, I lost an archer. Those are the kind of numbers we like to see when we are playing this video game. Alright, let's roll out. Now, it's a little scarier when we don't have the benefit of our PD, but, you know, that's just for a little moment. Just for one little moment before we take the province, and then we have PD again. Nine archers, one horse. Yeah, we'll take that. We just beat 432 there. Proto solid. And now we're going to bump this up. Now, yeah, again, like, this is pretty concerning. Also, I gave... Who the fuck did I give that healing to? You shitting me? You know, do you know how much I put into that? Where the hell did that go? It disappeared. Oh my god, I have to make another one of those? That's 40 nature gems, asshole. Ooh, that was the Doom stack. 1,082. He lost 947. I lost 6 sacreds of 176. Yeah, good god. How the hell did he lose that? Oh, it was mostly dispossessed spirits. Okay, well, still, it's pretty good. Alright. I'm willing to mostly just sit here for the moment. We're surrounded by forts. I think I'll have one guy build a temple. Why wouldn't I? Forts are a little scarier. Wailing Winds will do us a world of good, but yeah. Okay, good. They got cured. Good. It's all fine. We could have a lot more mage support. We really don't need this much research. I hate that these are all old fucks, but I'm gonna take all these guys. That PD. That mechanical frickin' militia, man. So good. Alright, I'm not going to script them for shit. We are going to move these sacreds over. We want a big line, please. So we're just going to move them. Spread out. Hey, spread out. I assume there's going to be a lot of thunder strikes or, no, lightning bolts. That's what I assume. But there will also be a lot of mist form being cast. They love that shit. They rank it very highly. But as soon as Army of Mist is cast, they'll stop doing that. Okay. Well, they got one kill before the Iron Flies just dropped in and decimated. I think, yeah, I could go for the summons, the start of battle storm. That probably helps me, right? I don't know if it hurts Wailing Winds at all. I don't think so. Alright, fuck it. We're sitting here until I get that, and then I can have them all scripted, and we'll just rain some Thunder Strikes down, because that's always satisfying. Oh yeah, you could stop recruiting those. Yeah, I mean, the blood sacrifice is going on pretty well. I'm surprised our Dominion isn't doing better, I suppose. Couple more turns. Alright, good. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. He could probably make something that auto-cast Howl, right? 6 Earth, 1 Nature, or 1 Earth. Okay, well, make yourself the Tome of Gaia. And you can make Eye of the Oracle. Yeah, Air 5, that's this guy's purview. You can only forge 1 artifact per month. Okay. I got time. Okay. Good. Tempest, 3,000. And get rid of that and equip this. So now we have Howl as well. Okay, good. We got Tempest, so you can now equip that. So that gives you Auto Storm. Good. I don't know if there's anything else we'd like to make that's fun. We could fly the whole army over there, but no. Yeah, I mean, most of it's gonna be just a little too much cross paths and blah blah blah. Or he doesn't have enough Earth here. I can make Khalid Bolg. It's pretty badass. Requires size 9 though. I think we're good. So let me script now my arrow dudes. My air dudes. So summon Storm Power. And God, we drop Forked Lightning. So it's pretty similar to Lightning Strike. 14 plus 1 armor negating on a target. But then it does AoE 1. 5 armor negating shock, chain 5. Yes, I think we want to do a couple of those. And then after that, just go with Thunder Strike. That's our script. Also, you need more glamour gems. I guess we probably could solve that problem now. This is gonna be fun. Yeah. All right. Let's mosey on. Yeah, there's a lot of shit there. Auto howl, auto storm, summon storm power. Here we go. Ready for some serious shit. Holy shit. Oh. Okay. I think we were a little overzealous there. Probably move back a bit. Walls are moderately damaged. We're starving. We got Loki. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna move this party back. Like there. Yeah, the starving thing's not great. I mean, we're starving a little bit. We do have disease healing, which is nice. Severely damaged. Here we go. The Jabberwocky. What the fuck? Why does he have little googly eyes? That highlight. Didn't look phenomenal. He had 770, lost 693. I lost 28. I mean, it's good, except, you know, that is like a fourth of my army that I just lost. But the Magus did get 297 kills, which is quite insane. But you still need troops to do stuff with. I guess we can. Oh, how did you end up with this? Okay, well, you're going in then. We are starving, but we'll add more. Yeah, it's not great. Okay. Breached. Okay. Yeah, we're all good here. Storm it. Literally. It feels good to do one of these military things. I mean, we still had to rely on mechanical militia for a while, but... Oh god, it's so juicy. Well, the problem is he has a lot of mechanical units. He has a lot of shock resistant shit. also this Jabberwocky that's just surrounded and paralyzed by wolves and shit. You'd think that we would be lightninging it over and over. Okay, we got it. Jesus Christ, that was a battle. What the fuck was I fighting for like an hour? I lost 99 Vans. 4 Banes got 80 kills. The Jabberwocky got 113. With its invulnerable 25. That took forever. His Vizier's got 37 kills. His Mechanical Men got 25 kills. It was crazy. We didn't lose a single mage, and they got 466 kills. Insane. Well, I don't think that was his Pretender. You know, so... your guess is as good as mine. Jabberwocky was pretty nasty, but I don't love my odds of taking the capital. But that might have been everything he had. So, in for a penny, in for a pound. Now, we'll wait one more turn, because I want to... I was supposed to do that last turn, build a temple. Lost 5 more. Well, actually, no. Let's not go for the capital. Let's go around the capital and slurp up everything else. Shouldn't really run into too much trouble with that. The mages should basically just blast everything into oblivion right away. We'll just go slow. We'll build our temples, build up PD with all our massive amount of money. And I think we have this one in the bag, my friends. Which is good, because we're around the 2-hour mark. I usually don't like to go more than that. Oh yeah! That's bad. My Van Jarl just died, which means that we have no one that can do lines anymore. So now we have to spread this out amongst a lot of different groups. Yeah, okay. Not quite as good. There's no option to deselect all or anything. I mean, there might be, but it's not an obvious solution. Okay, so yeah, they're all gonna hold attack. We're not gonna get as nice of a line or anything, but we'll get something resembling a line. There you go. What we got. You're gonna build a temple. I'm gonna put up the big PD again. And the rest of you can just search. Right. I forgot we were standing on the fucking forest. Snorri held off 4 separate attacks. Good God. Okay, get the hell out of the forest. Alright, I'm gonna sit here. I'm just gonna preach here until we have Dominion. Which could be a while, but what else am I doing? Anything to avoid fucking... taking another fort. Oh, and we lost our profits, so that's a good thing. I assume somebody is carrying Tempest, or did I lose that now? If I lost that, which it looks like I did, we're going to redo that item. So you're going to construct a lab here. Now you're going to become the prophet. You can construct a lab. We'll wait. And you can now make another Tempest. He had something else. Oh, he had the auto howl. Okay, we can definitely make another one of those at this point. One per month, of course. Okay. None of it even matters. Yeah, lightning field would probably just kill me. First, the lightning gives all the enemies charged body. It's really funny if you have like massive shock resist on your whole army. But I don't think any of this really matters. I can get a Tarask, sure. Theoretically, it shouldn't be too much longer. Except, yeah. I mean, we'll have Dominion here. I'm tempted to take the capital, if I think that I can. It's nice to have Dominion here. Oh yeah, we could be getting priests. In Utenshire, and here. And here. That's how we'll do it. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's not an option. There you go. Look at that. We're pissing all over his place. Oh, we can get a Tarask now. Isn't that fun? Awaken Tarask. Of course I will. So it's just a unit? Oh yeah, there it is. The Tarask. 245 hit points, size 10, 19 protection, 17 MR, 30 morale, regen 10%, fear 10, poison 25, recuperation, gluttony 10, poison cloud 10, sharpest bite 29 armor piercing, claw 27, tail sweep AoE 1 for 22, and poison 6. Holy shit. And the bear would even get poisoned off of that. I don't know what I'd really do with him exactly. I wish he had like siege strength or something, you know? Like a siege bonus. Okay, I mean, it was funny, but I don't think I really have much use for him. Alright, I think we gotta take something. Maybe when this capital clears out. He's amassing large amounts of units. We're gonna get hit somewhere for something big. I could try for Gift of Health again. Okay, I can remotely spawn a Tarrasque. I'm willing to do that on his capital. That's pretty funny. I'm sure it'll just die instantly, but hell yeah. I assume it just died instantly. Anything else you want to summon that would be funny and cool? The worm that walks. Oh, I can get a panacea to cure some of my dudes. I could spend all my nature gems to heal all these dudes. I only really care about 3 of them, to be honest. And they're all pretty good. So instead, we could just spam Melancholia on his capital. You know, yeah, we can attack his capital. We can try. We have a pretty good army. It's pretty beastly, but, you know, never underestimate the AI when he's backed into a corner. So, casting Melancholia over and over and having a few temples around him, he will eventually lose. Oh, he is besieging Utenshire. Interesting. Can't harm our walls, though, so I guess I don't really care. He will add more and more, but will he win? Dominion's looking pretty low now. Once we get it out of his capital, that might be a good time to move on to his capital, especially as he puts more and more units onto Utenshire. I suppose we should go clear this, huh? Alright, fine. We'll keep casting Melancholia. Why did I go through that? Fuck, I lost another two Van Herses. Fuck. Fuck that enchantment so much. I lost 7 mages. Uh-oh, one of those is going to be a big boy, I'm sure. Well, no, not really. None of them dropped anything important. I did lose 48 more Vans. That hurt. Okay, I don't think I can afford to do any other shenanigans now. Well, I am still making Vans here. Get me just fucking Van Jarls, please. We could have Juggernauts. It's very possible. Melancholia should be shredding his Dominion pretty good. Really sure how he has as good as a Dominion as he does. Alright. Well, I do have a lot more mages I could throw in there. They can all cast Forked Lightning. I lost Prophet again? Why do I have seven? Oh, they were walking through there. Fuck you. Brilliant. Thank you. Exactly what I wanted. All right. Yep. Maybe with these reinforcements. Probably could. What? What? Who is this guy? What happened to the person blood hunting here? Okay, well, you're blood hunting now. Oh, you were blood Oh. I don't know what happened, but she died. We ran out of blood slaves. I see. Yeah, I'm hungry, so I really want to finish this. It's getting a little long in the tooth, so to speak. A lot of damn mages. Jesus. I don't know. Let's just have it. All right. Fuck it. At this point, we do have Dominion in his capital. That's good enough for me. So just, man, a lot of fucking Earth gems. I could make some siege golems. Okay. Make me some siege golems just for a little bit. We'll sit here on patrol for a little while. And then I'll bring in the bear with a bunch of siege golems. Oh, the siege golem is a commander. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. It's pretty good. I didn't know that. Okay, maybe I don't need more than one. Okay, well, that's good. I assume I don't want him fighting. Well, he's pretty insane. I don't know, just put him back there. Okay, that's good. We're good. We're all good here. Well, that was simple. Severely damaged in his capital. And now you can shatter the fort. I assume that doesn't work on capitals, but it's kind of funny if it does. I guess why wouldn't it? There's nothing special about the fort in a capital, really. It's just usually a good fort. You auto-cast Storm for me. Well, have some Wailing Winds. Grand Vizier. How is he still alive? Liquid Body, yes. Ethereal, yes. Lucky, okay, he keeps proccing Lucky that many times? He does have high protection. He just has massive protection values. And then he has Ethereal and Lucky. And Resist. Yeah, 29 protection. It's crazy. Well, he's not going to last long. Okay. Well, we lost 37 Vans just on that little battle, which isn't great. His Grand Viziers got a bunch of kills. And then there's this second one that apparently his Pretender was involved in. Oh, the Great Sage. Well, you're dead. Message from Aram. Yeah, we destroyed his... Okay. Well, that's our capital now. Thank you. Wow. That's wild. Oh, PD. Ah, fuck it, 100. I think he's done. I can't imagine he can sustain no Pretender, probably no Profit, no Capital. Yeah, he's cooked. Well, that was fun. It's always fun to kill his Pretender over and over and over every turn because he has 50 priests summoning him back every turn. All right. Any turn now, please. How does he still have this much Dominion? I guess I could take something else, but seems wild. He's attacking every turn in Udenshire. I mean, I guess now that I can just shatter all his forts, like, fuck it, why not? It's sort of fun, really. I didn't know that existed. Maybe it doesn't exist in base game. Lost 14 Vans attacking here. Alright. Then shatter it. We lost another 81 Van. Man, they're really getting decimated by mages. 2 fire, 2 air. We just didn't have resists. I should have gone with that Pretender that gave us 10 fire, 10 shock. That would have saved all these lives. Okay, apparently when we shatter it, we maintain the temple. I don't know how that works. But I question my ability to survive more of those fort battles. Even though they're not fort battles, just more fights, I suppose, I question. He's got too many of these damn mages everywhere. And yeah, the AI doesn't know how to use mages, but a 2 fire, 2 air mage, or whatever, more than that, off script will still rain fire and air, thunder, and all that stuff. So, still painful. Also, my mages are kind of kicking it, and I feel like I'm about to lose some big buffs here. How is he still alive? Okay, just about done. Come on, please. I'm hungry. Please, AI, give up. Thank you. Okay, man, oh man, he must have had a lot of priests. Were his viziers all priests as well? That must be the case. No, they weren't. So he just also had an insane amount of priests. What? Imam? Oh, he just had a lot of imams, level 2 priests everywhere. Yeah, I mean, given enough turns, 174 turns, yeah, I will make, 300 priests. Because they make commanders at every single province. They will not waste a province. They have enough money and all that. They'll do it. Also, because he had that one thing that was giving him an extra 500 gold every turn. Why not? Okay. Well, that took longer than I wanted it to, but we did it. So, Midgard. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It's hard to say, because it's like, when you get in Dominions Enhanced and Divinitas, and you're doing so many things, you're empowering, and just, when you're interacting with the magic system a lot, and you have, like, time, like 174 turns. Like, even late age, you can see how much gems we fucking have. We have over 1,000 air gems, 255 water, 138 fire, over 1,000 earth gems, 287 death, 421 nature, 498 glamour. Like, with all that, you can do literally anything you want. I mean, your nation doesn't matter really at that point. You can summon anything you want, you can empower anything you want, any global you want to cast, like, you could do. So, really, it was just like the first half of the game. And how it holds up there. And we didn't really interact much with the nation. We only made two things. We made archers and we made vans. That was it. And by the time we have buffs online and everything, where it's like, oh, well, these units would be really good with these buffs. It's like, at that point, anything's good with buffs. And by that point, we already have a lot of sacreds built up. So I don't feel the need to, like, well, I should, why make sacreds? Now I can make my Einhairs, and they're going to be really good with these buffs. And it's like, yeah, the sacreds will just be better, Um, yeah, so sacreds are an interesting mechanic in the game that just kind of overshadows so many other things. You wonder how a Dominions game would look like if all sacreds were just removed. Like, no nation had any sacreds, and there was no bless. Obviously, some nations would be far more powerful. The whole game would have to be rebalanced from scratch. But sacreds do tend to power everything else. And of course, the limiting mechanic most of the time is that they can only be made in your capital. But in this specific scenario, 1v1, 98% of my units are always made in my capital anyways. And we only have to fight a one-front war. So I don't need an abundance of units sent off all over the place. Eventually, once I'm done looking at every nation in the far-flung future, when I want to do some longer games and some more elaborate games and things like that, it'll be more interesting to play nations, a lot differently than this, where we have to maybe fight multiple front wars and we have to make a lot of units in forts that are not my capital and things like that. And these sort of prolonged engagements, and it's like, well, I fucking need to make herdmen in this fort because I can't make anything else, And there it's like, well, buffs are really important because these units are not spectacular on their own compared to sacreds. So that's a whole different dynamic. So, but the point is, for these 1v1s, it's kind of hard to say, and a little, any type of 2-hour game that I do, no matter what the format is, it's going to be hard to judge the nation for different reasons. In this case, I mean, Van is a really solid sacred. It's not the best heavy cav sacred you're ever going to find, but the glamour does add a lot, and the glamour on the horse adds a lot. Where they suffer, of course, is damage. Only a light lance and a javelin, not even magical or anything like that. That is really rough. So, probably you really want to focus just on the offensive part more. I should have ditched Bark Skin. That's what was getting them killed so much, was they had susceptibility to fire, and he had, like, all fire mages. That was a bummer. But probably ditch that and just focus on, like, +5 attack and maybe, like, vitriol weapons or something like that. Like, even skip Blood Surge maybe. I said it was mandatory, but that's only if you really just want to go pump up their strength a lot. which is somewhat viable, but I think maybe I'd rather just go 17 attack, vitriol weapons. But it's, as always, it depends on what you're fighting. It could be kind of, if you're fighting high protection stuff, 7 armor piercing is not that great. But if you're fighting high protection, getting up to 19 strength, 19 damage on the light lance isn't really going to do that much most of the time either. So they're not an amazing thing. And really, if we want to do high damage, if we went up against a nation that had high prot, I probably would have just brought out the skin shifters or the Einhairs. Because the Vans just aren't going to cut it in that scenario outside of harassment. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine nation. I mean, I do like Galdermans. I do like just raining thunder strikes and forked lightning and all that fun stuff. So I think that's nice. And these are fairly nice mages because they do have the regen and the second shape, and they're spell singers. So yeah, good solid stuff. And you have some good summons. I mean, we didn't really look at it much, but Valkyries are good, and the Draugs would be good if you can get a lot of death. Okay, this has gone on long enough. My name is Mangg. This has been Dominion 6. I'll see you fine folks next time.